Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Horror Reviews, and I'm going to have two reviews because I watched two horror movies. One I watched, as promised in my blog, I watched Goosebumps last night. Okay, this movie stars Jack Black, and it came out last year, and stars Jack Black, of course. And basically, this is a story about a teenager named Zach Cooper, who basically moves to a small town, in, I think it's Delaware, because his mother gets a vice principal's job, and of course they moved there after his father's passed away, so he doesn't, he used to live in New York City, so he's kind of bummed that he has to move, and of course he still misses his dad, and they got to move to this small town. His mother's the vice principal, so of course that's another thing. A teenager doesn't want to get out there that his mother's the principal, the vice principal. Okay, and of course he moves in next door, and he gets a little good news because he meets a beautiful young girl who kind of introduces herself to him. Her name is Hannah, and he starts to have a conversation with her, but he notices that her father, played by Jack Black, is real curt and basically warns him to leave her, to stay across the fence and leave his daughter, and basically leave his daughter alone. And of course, he freaks out and says, okay. And then later, while he's putting out the garbage, Hannah approaches him again, and they start, to become friends. And of course, he likes her, and she takes him to a place that's, even like an abandoned, like amusement park in the woods, and they hang out and have a good time. But of course, uh, her father, Zach Black's character, is real mean and warns him again, stay away from my daughter Hannah, and shuts her in the house. And of course, Zach doesn't understand why his character, Zach Black's character is being so harsh. He's just trying to be friends. And of course, he thinks something is wrong when he hears a scream, and he calls the cops, and the cops investigate, and they of course find out that it was just a TV, and they're just nothing going on. And of course, Zach won't let it go. So basically, with a new friend that kind of introduced himself to him, character named Champ, they go and decides to wait until Jack Black's character leaves and tries to go into the house and investigate and find out exactly what's going on with Hannah. Okay, and while they're in their house, they notice all these books, these Goosebumps books, and they're looking through them and wondering why they all have locks on them. And of course, like you see in the trailer, they open up one, and then that basically starts the floodgates. And basically, what is they find out that Jack Black's character is really R.L. Stine, the author of the Goosebumps books. And what you also find out is that when he was a little kid, he actually created these characters, and they actually came to life. And the way he kept these creatures, from harming public, he kept them in his books, and he kept them locked up. But of course, with Zach opening up the book and letting the creatures out, then that leads to more chaos because more creatures get released from the other books, which I don't want to spoil how they get released. But basically, the movie is them basically trying to warn the town and run around to try to stop all these creatures from basically destroying the town. And I liked this movie. It was good. I saw it in 3D, so the 3D version of it. And this was a pretty good movie. It was fun. I think Jack Black was great as R.L. Stine. He was funny when he had to be, and serious when he had to be, and harsh. And Jack Black, I think, played. Jack Black to me is kind of hit or miss, but I think Jack Black was pretty good in this movie. I think he was funny when he had to be, serious when he had to be, and and the stern neighbor when he had to be. He was pretty good. I liked that. And of course, there was the guy who played Zach, Dylan Minnette, I think that's his name. Minnette. He was good too as Zach, the hero of the story. I thought he was really good. And I liked Ryan Lee, who played Champ. He was like the best friend who kind of basically introduced himself to Zach and kind of said, we're gonna be friends, And he's kind of a clumsy guy. And of course, he likes, the story with the nerdy guy. He likes the real hot chick that's in this movie. And that hot chick, believe it or not. Oh wait, hold on for a minute. And I want to mention one other thing. The girl that plays Hannah, I thought she was really good too. Adea Rush, she plays Hannah. I thought she was really good too in her part as the girl, the mysterious girl who basically takes Zach under, who he instantly forms a friendship with her, and they kind of bond, and they team up to stop these these monsters that are terrorizing the town. Oh yeah. Now speaking of the hot chick, the nerdy chick, that I think you only get her character is not really that. And they may have, I think they cut some scenes with her in it because you only really get, I think, one other scene with her and Champ, because you can tell that Champ likes her. I think she calls him Chump. Uh, but you can tell that he likes her. You know, she's a hot chick, and she's played by Halston Sage, who's absolutely gorgeous, who was in Neighbors. I think she was the girl that played Zach Efron's girlfriend, and she's been in a lot of movies too, usually playing the hot girlfriend, and she was in this as well. And her part is kind of small, and it's not that. But I read a lot of her part was kind of cut. There was a whole another subplot to this movie that was kind of cut out of the movie. But I think what is in the movie does work for me, and it's entertaining, and I definitely would recommend you watch it. It is good, and I liked it. The 3D was great to me. Okay, and it was funny when it had to be, and it was entertaining. I liked it. I always liked the Goosebumps books. I used to watch some of the Goosebumps when it was on TV and stuff, but I would love to get the Goosebumps series and stuff and watch them. But this was a good movie. I liked it. So overall, I'm going to give Goosebumps a 7 out of 10. I thought it was entertaining, definitely worth watching and owning if you want to buy it, and the 3D is great to me. So anyway, let me know what you think of Goosebumps. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care.